All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory that's due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. And salutation to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking both your lives and freedoms to do so. Shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, and we know that latter days, all right, the Lord, all right, mentions the use of pestilence. Okay, matter of fact, we'll start here. This is Matthew 24. Okay, because I want to touch on this article, all right, with the WHO is pretty much going into preparing for the next pandemic. All right, this is Matthew 24 and 6. It's saying, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places." Okay, and we're in those times, man. Okay, we're in the final seconds of Edom's kingdoms. Okay, you've been hearing of wars and rumors of wars for years. All right, hearing about these particular things, but now we're at the point to where it's evident, man. You can't refute it. Okay, everything going on with Ukraine and those small hats, okay, and Trump and all the decrees that he's making. We're in those times, man. And a part of the end of the end times is pestilence, okay, accompanied with famine, okay, which ultimately is going to claim, many lives, man. And we know this devil kill gates of hell and all these wicked elites, okay, they have particular viruses that they've weaponized to release on the people. All right. We know that that's what they did with, C-19, which pretty much was a test run. All right. But there's new viruses that they're talking about. OK, the Nipah virus outbreak over there in India. OK, which they're trying to say, don't be alarmed. We don't see it spreading. But at the same hand, these devils are saying they're preparing for the next pandemic. So we ultimately know that something is coming. Something major is coming that these devils have been plotting on, man. Now, this article reads the WHO quietly coordinates large-scale simulation with 31 countries to prepare for the next pandemic. Okay, why do you have to coordinate, all right, with that many countries, all right, to prepare for another pandemic? Because they're ultimately showing you people what's coming. Okay, we know these devils on the left-hand side forecast all these damn movies, man. All right, dealing with pestilence being released. All right, plagues being released that claim many lives. Okay, and these devils, they operate by universal law or natural law, to where they have to, forecast what they're going to do before they do it, and in their mind that justifies them doing it. But we ultimately understand prophetically the Lord is going to smite this place with plagues as before. And the Lord smote ancient Egypt with pestilence, man. OK, so let's read a little bit of this article. It say Joe Kovacs reported for WorldNet Daily that the WHO in December quietly coordinated a large-scale international simulation exercise involving 31 countries in areas officially framed by the WHO itself as getting ready for the next pandemic. And you got to understand, okay, the another main reason why this is coming for sure is because these devils want to push that digital ID on the people, man. Okay, when you deal with that digital ID technology and AI, okay, everything going on with these border crises, right, that they're pushing, and ICE, it's all means for them to justify rolling out a digital identification system, okay, that's going to use AI and all these particular things to, link you up to a database to where your information, your whereabouts, okay, who has what virus, who's immune, who's taking the boosters, who has the jabs, right? All of that is the guise for this new system that's been established. So understanding how these devils operate, they to justify them bringing in some type of order, Okay, they bring about the chaos, which in this sense would be a plague, man. A plague. Okay, these devils are known for bringing plagues. All right, just like with C-19. Okay, which pretty much, like I said, was a test run. They plan on doing the same thing all over again, but releasing more deadly viruses, man, to where it puts people in a position to where they want to believe in the science and they want to run to take the jabs and the boosters and ultimately trust in this man's system, which he's going to push you people to taking that chip. That's what all roads lead to, man. Okay. That's what all roads lead to, because with that, they'd be able to quote unquote prevent it, right? Quote unquote, prevent it before it happens. Because if you got the that technology in you, they can say, well, look, this person, has already taken the necessary steps to quarantine and self-isolate. This person has not, yada, 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 man. All right. So we know what's up when this devil, you know, when he makes moves like this, man. But it say the simulation known as IHR Exercise Crystal was not a tabletop discussion, but an extended live play event designed to test real-time responses to a hypothetical novel respiratory illness with global spread. Okay, and I was also reading something which I want to look more into, but they pretty much was saying how this particular AI, because shit is advancing so quick. They're talking about AI has created its own, or there's like an AI app where they, it said that they revealed a CIA document where the AI could, has infected, billions of people's phones and could release a kill switch or some shit, that would affect people. And it made me think of that movie. I think it's called Kingsman. I think it's a series, but Kingsman. There's a couple other movies that was coming to mind. With this technology, these 6G and these frequencies could do the same thing, and they could easily blame it on AI or be like, well, yada yada yada, this happened. Next thing you know, you got a widespread, plague. Okay, but nonetheless, it say to a hypothetical novel respiratory illness with global spread. See, while pandemic preparedness exercises are a recognized part of public health planning, the lack of broad public awareness and the use of language, et cetera, et cetera. The drill lasted weeks and involved operational responses, including real-world systems like airports and border security, because they're going to shut all that shit down again. Okay? They're going to shut all that shit down again. All right? And, just reflecting back on that article, I wouldn't be surprised if AI, or they blamed AI for, some type of a massive, whether it be a massive cyber attack or a massive, the responsible for releasing some massive plague, whatever the case may be, man. And then in their minds, like, oh, well, we have to stop AI because it's become sentient, and the whole time you devils fucking released it. Okay? But nonetheless, all right, we know these pestilences is coming, man. So let's grab this in Ezekiel 5. Okay, and this was during the time of exile. Okay, this is Ezekiel 5, and we'll start at verse 13. Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted. And they shall know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it in my zeal when I have accomplished my fury in them. Moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are round about thee, in the sight of all that pass by. And again, this is poised. The Lord uses these plagues, okay, all over again, man. Famine, pestilence, the sword to slaughter. See, it say, well, I'm gonna skip down to verse 16. It say, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread, which we also see that is something that people are about to be dealing with. But it say, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall berave thee, and pestilence, and blood shall pass through thee. See, And I will bring the sword upon thee, I Yahweh have spoken it, man. And the Lord is going to use pestilences and these plagues to take out a lot of people. Like I mentioned, the Nipah virus, which they're trying to downplay as of yet. But these devils got all types of viruses and deadly, what's the word I'm looking for? Immune viruses, because people's immune systems are weakened, so they're more susceptible to these things anyways. All right. And they're, running all these simulations because A, they want to bring about this plague to take people out, but B, they want to push this new digital system, man. Because that's really what it's all for. Okay, when you look into digital IDs, which, going into this B system, yeah, a major aspect of it is health, the health sector, right? Using AI and these particular things, all right, to make things more streamlined, more efficient, all right, and ultimately putting that chip in you because that's Esau's way of putting the icing on the cake. See, but that's pretty much it as far as this article goes. Just another warning going out because we understand how these devils move, all right, and we understand that another pandemic is coming because the Lord brings pestilences to judge, man. Okay, so we pretty much in the calm before the storm. Okay, everything is heating up and boiling up, and before you know it, something major is going to be coming down the pipeline. Is going to catch these people unawares, man. But I'm gonna end it off with that and give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.